Hi guys, on this show we're looking at Bartel, Slater, Siegel, Crampton, Emerson, Todd, Odell and Maroney. We're looking at 1986's Shopping Mall.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of 100 Things That We Learned from Film. I'm one of your hosts. My name's Plenty, and have a nice day.
And I'm John, and I'll be patrolling floor number 2.
All right, okay, nice one. Is that because that's where the nut shop is?
That's where all the good stuff happens. And this film.
And this film, exactly. Of course, we are the film that tries to learn 100 things from every episode. John, how are you?
I'm alright, buddy. How are you?
I'm alright, mate. Yeah, I'm alright. It's just getting towards the end of this enforced time off work with my injury. Last time we did this, we were doing it on a stage for loads of people.
We were live, yeah, live and direct.
Live from Galal. Got some absolutely amazing feedback from that. Such a good time.
Yeah, it was good.
Really enjoyed it, and can't wait to, I don't know, do Edinburgh Fringe next year or something.
Oh, yeah. I think you're ready for San Diego Comic Con now, aren't we?
Oh, mate, could you imagine?
No.
We could be lucky to do the fucking West Coast Comic Con.
I was going to say that, or the Grand Ole Opry.
I was actually talking about the one in Whitehaven, not the one.
Oh, no, I know that one.
There you go. Greenock. Yeah. This week we are talking about a film picked by one of our patrons. We spun the wheel and it landed on the fantastically apt name, Candy Machine, from from one of our patrons. She, of course, is from Modern Escapism Podcast. John, what did she pick for us?
She picked Shopping Mall from 1986. What a year!
Shopping Mall. Now, had you seen this one before, John?
No. I'd seen the trailers for it, but I never actually actually haven't seen it. Never seen it.
Did you have a time?
It's actually all right. Do you know what? It's for, we're about nostalgia freaks, but it did give you a lot of insight into the 80s shopping malls and the shops that were there at the time. It was quite good. I really enjoyed it.
It was the best episode of Stranger Things I've ever seen.
Yes.
I'll be honest.
Yeah. Look very, very familiar, but we'll come to that later.
Oh, absolutely, we will. It's another at least one other film we've done. 2 films we've done have already stolen facts from this bastards. So we probably won't be getting to that mythical 100. Candy's moving house, so I wasn't able to get a soundbite from her. But I know she'll probably be saying something like, "Oh, I'm really looking forward to this episode." I don't know why she sounds like. Sorry, Candy. You are a wonderful human being. Thank you for your support.
Yeah, and thanks for picking this film as well. It could have been worse.
Yeah,
that's all
absolutely.
I can say. Could have been worse.
Listeners, if you haven't seen it and you've got an hour and 15 minutes spare, go away. In fact, it's like an hour and 10 minutes away from the credits. Go and watch it now. It's on the YouTubes for free. I think it's like on Tubi as well, and Plex. Yeah. So with adverts, but you can go and watch it on those on the YouTubes with no adverts. I didn't get a single advert when I watched it on YouTube. I don't know about you.
No,
lucky.
No, never got anything. No.
So wasn't set up for that. But yeah, it's great fun. 86, John. What else could we have been talking about?
There was loads. There was Rawhead Rex.
What? You're making that up.
That.
What's that?
No. I'm no.
Tammy and the T-Rex.
No. It's a news story, and David Jukes takes his wife Kelli Piper and his son to an Irish town with an oozing devil incarnate. Ooh.
Oh, sounds like one for Mono and Kira.
That sounds rubbish. We've got Raw Deal.
Oh, Raw Deal's good.
Yeah. We've got Ruthless People.
That's good too. Yeah.
There's a Gothic. I think I've seen it. I think it's like a horror film.
Okay.
When the Wind Blows.
Fucking hell, future episode there. Jesus Christ.
Shit. And I've left the piece de resistance to last. Well, there was The Fly as well, but Aliens was it as well.
Oh, Aliens. Fantastic.
Aliens.
Very, very timely. The Fly. Yeah, previous episode.
One
the
of
first
ours.
one we ever did together. The audio on that is fucking garbage, by the way. There's no fixing the audio on that.
That was bad.
Not that I'm the king of fiction audio. If, like Candy, you want to pick an episode, you can get your name put on the wheel for a quid. Give us a quid, and we will shout you out every episode, as well as putting you on the wheel. We have spun the wheel again. John, at the end of the show, will tell you what film we're going to be talking about next, because we'll be into September, and we'll be talking about somebody else's choice. This is the palate cleanser ahead of that absolute just... Wow, that is going to take some fucking noting. I'm really excited, though, because I've only seen it once and I loved it. Loved it.
Cool. You good?
Okay, right. Shall we start?
Yes, let's do this.
Brilliant. It's patreon.com/100 things film, by the way, if you want to get involved. Right, so... We open, it tells us that Chopping Mall is a Concorde production. John, did you get anything for Concorde Productions?
No, not a thing.
Right, okay.
Did you?
I also couldn't find anything for them, but I did manage to find that there is a company called Concorde Films. It's not these guys, but it's a newer film company.
Right.
They have a series of films called The Killers. Boyfriend Killer, Girlfriend Killer, Patient Killer, and Marriage Killer, which I think is my PS5.
I was going to say
it was Baldur's Gate 3. My Marriage Killer.
Passion Killer.
Yeah. So I absolutely managed to get that. The Concordes, John, the plane itself had a top speed of 1,354 miles per hour, which is more than twice the speed of sound. Concorde's first successful flight was in March the 2nd, 1969.
Oh, no.
Nice.
What happened then?
And 1973, it made its first non-stop crossing of the Atlantic from Washington, D.C. to Paris, France, in 3 hours and 33 minutes.
Jesus.
Not so shabby.
Hell of a run. Probably beat the Millennium Falcon with that one.
I've never heard of the Kessel Run being done by Concorde. But here we are. The director, Jim Wynorski. What a fucking career this guy's had.
Wynorski.
Wynorski. Loads of monster movies and this kind of shit, but also both softcore and hardcore porn.
Nice.
Yeah. His pseudonyms are Arch Stanton, Tom Patatopoulos, Noble Henry, spelt with an I, the sexy spelling. Oh la la. And H.R. Blueberry.
Nice.
Which, if you Google him at work, you'll end up having a meeting with H.R. Blueberry.
Yeah.
His films include, listeners, Busty Cops, The Bear Wench Project,
Jesus,
and Alabama Jones and the Busty Crusade. Fucking what?
Right. Is that our next film? Is that the next one we're doing?
Joe and James of Hallmark and Greatness are absolutely writing these down.
Oh God, aye.
As they speak. I think Marriage Killer's probably Alabama Jones and the Busty Crusade, isn't it? Anyway, there's a film here somewhere. We open with this guy robbing a jewellery store.
Yep.
He gets stopped by this robot who when he pulls a gun, it gives him the opportunity to put the gun away in this ED-209 style, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
But instead he shoots at it and it chases him down, giving him the old taser treatment.
Yep.
We're not doing tasers again, John.
No,
Just
no.
not.
Jewelry, we can do jewelry.
Jewelry.
Jingle jangle. Oh, can't do that anymore. Sorry.
Can't do that anymore.
The oldest jewelry company in the world is called Torini's. It's 650 years old, but I don't think anybody can verify that. It could be a lie. China, India, and the United States make the most money from jewelry sales per year, and the market's expected to grow to over 330 billion. By 2026, so that's a lot of claret.
Laura jewelry.
Lot of carrot.
Indeed. On the night of February the 15th into the 16th, 2003, a group of Italian thieves broke into an underground vault at the Antwerp Diamond Centre in Belgium and stole over $100 million worth of diamonds, gold, silver and other jewellery. The thieves were able to get away without setting off any alarms or injuring a single guard, and most of the stolen diamonds have never been recovered.
Funny that.
Those blokes at the start of Snatch, wasn't it?
Aye.
all dressed in Hasidic Jew outfits. Yeah, great stuff.
Brilliant film. Love it.
Previous episode.
Love
it. Which took us a while to get the balls up to cover that one. I think.
Yeah, I think we did well. Wait, to be fair,
and rightly so. Yeah, I think we were quite respectful. Tell us, listeners, if we were not. We're introduced. So this ends up being a video, right? This is like a film that they're being shown. It's a presentation to people who have shops in this shopping mall. Not quite, John. We're introduced to the Protector 101 series of robots, and there's 3 of them. Yep. And this couple, this guy suggests they look like this woman suggests they look like the Three Stooges. And I was like, wait a minute. Like, this is the same year as Short Circuit.
I know.
Which one is ripping off which one?
Yeah,
It's a Corman film, so I guarantee Corman's ripping stuff off of this.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
But the guy says, the one in the middle has an unpleasantly ethnic quality. I was like, fucking hell, mate. It's like less than 40 years ago.
See, when they were panning back, I was expecting to see that Rasta robot for Futurama in the middle.
The Kwanzaa bot.
Kwanzaa bot.
I love the Kwanzaa bot. Jesus.
Where's this film taking us?
Yeah. Or a bloke browned up pretending to be Fisher Stevens, pretending to be Ben in Short Circuit. And I'm still not over that.
I know.
Over that. That and I know how to play Help Me Rhonda on a phone. God, I wish we were watching that instead. Is that a better film? There's a question.
Aye,
Short
definitely.
Circuit better than this?
Aye.
There's no boobs in Short Circuit, is there?
Oh,
there's boobs in this.
There's plenty of boobs in this.
Is it Ali Sheedy in Short Circuit?
Aye, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, it's not the only bit that kind of rips that off, or not, I don't know. We learn the Protectons do not kill, but instead they just neutralise. They've got sleep darts as well as tasers. And they do a really, really good job of actually having a fucking laser gun on board as well.
Yeah, but that sound, I was trying to get the sound effect for the laser, but the laser sounded very familiar, but I just couldn't lock it down.
It'll be out of any other Corman film.
I think it sounds like it's from when Warrior Worlds, the original one, the that sort of sound. So,
I thought it was Ice Pirates, but yeah, fair enough.
Oh, no, everything's about Ice Pirates, you know.
We'll tell Biggie that. There's these steel doors as well that have got a time lock on that look like they're made out of fucking polystyrene, by the way. They close until opening in the morning at 6 a.m. We get a demonstration of one of these guys reading the doctor's ID. So it comes along, it reads his ID, and it stands down. And we're told the system is foolproof. He says to us, absolutely nothing can go wrong. And then the title comes up, Chopping Mall.
Well, they use the barcodes on it, but we've already done barcodes. I can't remember when we did it, but we've already covered barcodes. But QR codes were invented in 1994.
Oh, were they really?
Yeah, I thought it was a 2000 thing, but no, 1994 is when they were invented. So you learn something new every day.
Nice one. Jesus, cute. I just don't even know how you would go about scanning one.
I know.
Then. The titles are manic. There's this kid on a skateboard. There's some ladies in bikinis advertising the mall. And when this bloke on the elevator spots them, he falls over, and the boxes he's carrying are quite blatantly empty.
Empty, I know. You're like, what is going on? Yeah.
Flattens. There's some woman gets coke all over these guys. It's
manic. It's just another day in the 80s, though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Just another day in the 80s.
Hair and the music and the bikinis. In this restaurant, there's 2 girls serving a fat guy, and the line is that Orca Beach is here every night trying to get some skin. I mean, I don't understand what kids are saying today, right? But I also, looking back 40 years, don't understand what those girls are actually saying either. Mm-hmm. Like, have I just got 20 years in the middle where I understand what people are saying? Like, I don't know what the Riz is. I just don't get it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are going out of your mind. I totally missed it on that one. And even back in the 80s, I missed that one. But we'll come to those.
This guy is cooking and he's smoking and he's covered in food. It's absolutely gross.
It's grim, isn't it? It's grim.
It really is.
When I get away with that these days.
No. The girls are Susie and Alison, and they're both having this party in the mall that night with some guys.
Yeah.
I've done my best to get the names of the guys, but they're all so fucking interchangeable, except for Chewing Gum Arsehole.
The whole fucking film.
Fucking guy. I'm glad he goes early.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Outside, there's a thunderstorm, and some lightning strikes the building, setting off an alarm. In the Protectron office, this non-union Stephen King guy who looks after the tech stops the alarm, and then out of like this massive textbook he's got about how to look after the robots, he's got like a fold out of this woman, like this Playboy.
So I've googled this. There's a couple of things I'll need to dive into this, but I was looking at the moat itself. It looks familiar, but I think we both know where it comes from.
Yeah.
Do you know where it comes from?
It's the Galleria.
So it's a Galleria. So it was featured in one thing that we've done in it. It's only one thing that we've done. So it's in Commando and Fast Times at Richmond High.
Yeah, and it's also in T2.
Is it in T2 as well?
Well, we've not done T2. In my head, we'd done T2. We hadn't even done fucking Terminator 1, so why would we have done Terminator 2?
Do that. Because the interior shots are from Sherman Mall in Los Angeles, but the exteriors are from Beverly Center and Beverly Boulevard.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, we've done the Beverly Boulevard one in Pretty Woman. At least, maybe in other stuff as well. Maybe in other stuff.
So the Iran Mall in the northwest Tehran is the world's largest shop mall. It is 1,950,000 square meters. Like what?
What?
It's huge. I think the biggest one used to be in Dubai, but it's overtaken that by a long shot.
Right. Okay.
Robert Short, who's a makeup artist on this, he's credited with the design of the robot.
Yeah.
But I've looked him up. He's been makeup artist for E.T., Beetlejuice. He's done loads of stuff.
Yeah, shorty.
So I'm getting the crux of this one is I'm trying to get to. In January 2016, I'm going to say his name anyway. Clifford Ray Jones died in a car crash on a ramp just off the I-75. According to CBS Detroit, Jones was distracted by a pornographic movie on his phone when he crashed. He was partially ejected through his sunroof and thrown from a vehicle. So porn does kill. Porn does kill.
I'm so much there that you've thrown up at once. Bob Shaw, yeah, you're right. He designed the mermaid tail in Splash. He did some ET effects. He created the titular cocoons in the film Cocoon.
Yeah. He's sort of guy, man.
Possibly a future episode.
Aye, no, definitely.
Old actors in that.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's won an Oscar for the best makeup on Beetlejuice.
Ah, good on him, man. Nah,
not to be confused with all the shite makeup that's on Beetlejuice.
I know half. Something's bad.
Not looking forward to that new one. Not looking forward to that. It's been a pretty good year for remakes and sequels and things. Romulus was fucking 5 out of 5.
No for the crow, it's no been.
Ooh, no. Well, do you know what? I very, very nearly went to watch that today.
Did you?
I very nearly did. And Rachel said, "You can't go without me." I'm like, "I think you want me to." I think you want me to. Anyway, yeah, that's. That looks bad. That looks bad.
Oh well, they tried.
Yeah. So this guy, you're right. This guy's reading that, like, not even reading, is he's just got this fold out centerfold picture, and he's like, whoa, yeah. And then the Protectron comes online and shoots him through it. Doesn't he? Shoots him through it and kills him.
Right,
kills him and his erection. It does a great job.
Exactly.
On both, I certainly think. The mall's closing, and we meet these 3 lads. Right, names on this. One's called Brett Brennan, Greg, and the other one. What's the guy's? It's here somewhere, but for some reason, because I've been doing voice typing, it's not picked up what his name is. It's put 30, which it isn't that. It isn't at all. Yeah, and so Greg is the annoying one, chewing his.
Yep.
Yeah,
Greg
one of them.
Siegel. Greg Williams.
And outside, there's a couple whose van's broke down, right? She's fixing it, and he gives the, "Well, we're waiting" line. And I was like, fuck, I wish we were watching Caddyshack instead.
Trigger warning.
Yeah, they get the van started and they head to the mall for the party. But these two seem a lot older than the rest of them.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
Like I couldn't quite figure out how they work. And these two are married.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they're doing this.
And they just seem...
they
seem normal, didn't they?
Yeah, they've got jobs, whereas the others just seem to be like doing evening jobs after school.
Yeah.
Anyway. Michael goes down to see his partner and starts getting a little bit handsy with her, telling her he can't wait for tonight. She's obviously coming to the party too. But her father's there as well. So it's like, oh yeah, we're going to Susie's for a birthday party. He seems to buy it. He's just like, yeah, go on then. Will you lock up?
I know.
And she's like, yeah, absolutely. And he's all the time like the lad's kind of like, Michael's going... chewing on his fucking chewing gum like he's absolutely eckied off his nuts.
Yeah, he's chewing some face. He's disrespectful little bastard. It's so annoying, man.
Yeah, well, it works out all right. It works out in the end. In the changing room, Susie and Alison are getting changed. So they're getting out of their uniform. Now, did you spot what their uniform was, by the way?
No, but I did notice something else.
It was a red Lacoste polo shirt.
Was it?
How much fucking money does that job pay? Right, that they can afford to do red Lacoste polo shirts. Like, I have seen a lot of kitchen nightmares.
Oh shit! So
and
it was.
Waste a lot of money on stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
God, I can't think it. I remember that.
Can you imagine Gordon walking into that and the guy's smoke? He's got shit down here. Shut it down! Shut it down!
Get it shut.
Lacoste John, founded in Troyes, France, in 1933 by René Lacoste.
René.
And André Giller. A red Lacoste polo will cost you £57 from their website today.
Jesus Christ, man. Did they got that for free? Yeah. And they got a bloody tax return for washing it as well. The hate grows.
Alison rings her parents and gets permission to stay out. And Susie says, you won't regret this. Walking to the furniture store, Alison tells Susie not to fret over her first blind date. Mm-hmm. In the control room, Stephen King's cover's here, and he's like, Marty, where are you? But his body isn't anywhere to be found. I looked at the control room and I thought, it looks like Westworld, which again is another film that I wish we were watching instead of this. Man, I haven't seen Westworld in years. That's still got to be good.
Your brother's just brilliant and everything, isn't he?
Yeah, of course he is. The guy sits down to read his book, and these Protectrons come online. His book is called, by the way, John, It Came from Outer Space. It's a real book from 1981, and apparently it's 12 short stories that became films. Amongst them are The Thing from Another World, The Day the Earth Stood Still, and The Fly.
Nice.
£9.25 from abebooks.co.uk. I've actually written here The Ting from Another World, which I think is probably the Jamaican version.
It's a pen ting.
Me like wings. Yeah. So the Protectron shoots the dart, killing the second control guard. In the furniture store, the kids are drinking and dancing, except Ferdy, not 30, Ferdy. That's what it was called. That's what it was.
Yeah. Did you see what they were using?
I mean, this CK200.
Jesus, that's a beast. I didn't even know it was a thing. It was a boombox with a keyboard on it.
Absolutely.
And if you can get one now, because it's uniqueness, it goes from between $500 and $700. But if you get one still in the box, it's $1,000. I'm like, Jesus.
I think you were reading the same review site that I was reading. I just typed the first thing that came in, and as soon as it says boombox with a keyboard, I thought, no way. But did you see? Did you notice something else? Drinking.
No. One of the girls was wearing two watches.
Right.
It was actually a thing in the 80s. I double checked. It says wearing two watches at the same time was known as double wristing. So it's a real thing. Princess Diana is one of the most famous people to be seen double wristing at Prince Charles's polo match in 1980. Who knew?
Why? Why would you do it?
Why not? Somebody else double wristed, but it was like two Rolexes, but that's just literally showing off. But double wristing, big man, who knew? Double wristing.
Up to both wrists, innit?
I know half.
Jesus. Bloody Lady Diana.
TikTok is double wrist o'clock.
The CK200 was launched in 1985, and it was the final of 3 of the CK lines. because
Right.
it's stupid, I assume.
It didn't make any sense, did it? Let's face it.
I'm going to try and put these on the social, but look up a picture of this, listeners.
It's unreal.
Fucking
Unreal. Oh, at one point they were in something called MGA Clothes Shop.
Yeah, there's a few shops. Yeah.
Aye, that's no real thing.
Oh, excellent! I've got
the
many that are
lighters.
real and many that aren't. Slavik's Jewelers, John. Not
That's-
only is it real, but it's still operating.
That was my next one.
Oh, right. Have you got that one? On
Aye, yeah,
18449 Brookhurst Street in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. And it's been trading since 1917, big man.
Oh, very good. Again, how do they know?
I don't know. Future King is not real though, because I thought that slogan was really good, but it didn't work out.
What was the slogan?
The slogan was something about royal.
The royal seat or something
something
like that.
like
Is it? Yeah.
Royal stand or
Furniture
something.
King. What's the? Is that not what he's called in American Beauty? That she's
Could be actually.
and then Benning's having an affair with him. She's like, "Fuck me, Furniture King," or whatever it is.
So it is. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm sure
I
it's
forgot
not
about that, man. I blocked that out. It's so weird.
Fuck me, Furniture King. He's great. Do I need to revisit that movie?
I did.
Because
that's
that's a film about. I don't think I would have the problems he's having. If I would,
No.
I mean, but then I guess I'm not Kevin fucking Spacey, am I?
true.
So, you know,
True that.
I'm also not fucking written for the screen by 6 people. So, sadly. The song that they're listening to, John, is Street Walking by Sylvia St. James. Far too many first names. It's a song off the film of the same name from 1985 about a 16-year-old Melissa Leo, who's a high school dropout prostitute. The song didn't chart. Boo. The St. James Gospel Choir, though, is the house gospel choir, or was, of the Ellen DeGeneres show.
Fuck.
I find it hard to believe there was ever a 16-year-old Melissa Leo. She's always been old.
She really hasn't, she?
She's always been old. The kids are drinking and dancing. Ferdy's stressing until he's introduced to Alison, and he's very taken with her because she's cute. She's
She's really cute.
in the mall, the Protectrons are going online, one on each level of 3 levels of the mall. Protectron 1 arrives outside the furniture stop, has a look in at what they're doing, and then just
fucks off,
carries
right?
on. And I'm
Beep,
like,
beep, beep, beep.
okay, so they're not all bad. They're not all naughty ones. They set the shop up so there's these little rooms for them all to kind of cop off in.
Yeah.
Like there's little beds and like
It's winching rooms, isn't it?
it's very much so. And there's 2 of them are at it. He's like, "You smell like pepperoni." She's like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "No, I like pepperoni."
pepperoni. Well, that's weird. I love stuffed crust.
Stuff your crust.
Lucky I've got a yeast infection.
Jesus
Sorry,
Christ.
cut that. You can cut that bit.
No.
That's too funny.
No, you're going to have to go back through my bit. Let's find that. Ferdy and Alison are drinking wine and watching this old monster movie, by the way, which I was kind of into. It's called Attack of the Crab Monsters, 1957. Maybe that's how you got your infection.
That's it.
And it's a Roger Corman directed film, so there's your connection, because this is Corman produced.
Corman's, yeah.
He says, "They only fixed me up so I wouldn't squeal to my uncle, but I'm having a great time." He offers to take her home, but she says she wants to stay a while longer, and they have a little bit of a snug.
No.
Now it gets good. Now it gets good, because out in the mall proper, Walter is cleaning the floor.
Of course he has.
Who's Walter, John?
Dick Miller for the Gremlins.
Gremlins. Dick Miller. He's brilliant, and again, he's got like 3 lines in the whole film.
Yeah.
Everyone's taking the piss out of him. He's cleaning up what I figured was slurry
I
at first.
thought it was chocolate milkshake.
But then I think that's what it is. Yeah. When I find the kids that have done this, I'm kind of like, I fucking would too, mate. The Protectron threatens him, and he's like, "Look, here's my ID. I work here as well." But it just shoots a taser, which misses him
Zaps him.
and lands on this clearly wet floor. He's like, "You things are useless," he says, before it electrocutes him to death.
That was quite funny.
So that's like 2 Gremlin machines coming after him in like 2 years.
He's not having much luck, is it? Walter Paisley's used that in a few films. I've looked it up. His IMDb, and he's used the name Walter Paisley in
Oh, right.
4 or 5 different films.
Oh, good spot.
Notably, The Howling. It was the same name. If you look up The Howling, he's called.
Oh, The Howling
well.
is that? I wonder what that looks like today.
I want to do it.
That okay, we'll do The Howling because that's like American Werewolf in London, but shit.
But shit, aye, but it could be good shit because the casting is really good. It's got Richard, what's his name? Him is the hologram. It was in one of the Star Trek Voyager.
Oh right,
Ricardo.
Yeah. Oh
Nice.
yeah. Oh fucking hell!
Must
we
be
saw
really
him in
young in
something else
that.
recently, didn't we?
Yeah, but he must be really young in that.
I don't know if it was a film we did or something me and Rachel were watching. Anyway, back in the furniture shop, Susie's demanding post-sex cigarettes. And Mike's like, oh, I think there's some Camels under the thing. He's like, I only smoke Virgin Lights.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, what's up, Doc? I'll go and get it. Fucking.
I looked them up. Looks as if they were real, but they're called Virginia Slims.
Virginia Slim Lights.
Did you look at that? Yeah.
And they launched in 1978 by the William Morris Company. The William Morris Company sounds like someone that writes fucking books, not selling fags, innit?
Exactly. Well, here's a fact. Well, it's not a fact. It's just something you might know. When I started smoking, we would smoke Regal and Club. They were
yeah.
So one of the guys came back from holiday with Camels, and he told us it was made for camel shit, and we believed
Camel
him.
shit, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Turns out it's a load of shite, literally.
Funnily enough, yeah, it is. Yeah, and so that's a fact that camel fags aren't camel shit.
Yeah.
Camel cigarettes were launched in 1913 by R.J. Reynolds. In 1913, Reynolds invented the packaged cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
And Camel was a sponsor of the 1986 FIFA World Cup, which you will remember, John, from Diego Maradona's Hand of God.
Hand of God.
Peter Shilton also remembers that and has never forgotten it. Never stopped banging on about
Peter
it.
Shilton. Lucky they didn't have VAR back then, but they had a bloody blatant picture of him just grabbing it like fucking lump.
What? It's like fucking Jordan, wasn't he?
It really was. Maradona.
Got some, He heads to this machine to get her a packet, fag machines. And at the machine, he complains that they're $1.25. Right.
I know.
Then the phone rings behind him, and he's like, "No, Jamal, there have been no messages for you."
Apparently that was a thing. Yeah, I checked that. Apparently it was a thing that people would phone shop malls to see if there was people there. People would take notes. Because that's where everybody hung about. So everybody knew each other to the point where you'd phone up and you'd say, "Oh, it's blah blah blah," and they would shout. Apparently that was a thing.
How about that? 20 cigarettes in LA, John, will cost an average of $12.
What?
$12.
Jesus.
Depending on the brand. The robot comes along and asks for his ID. So he shows him his ID, but what does he say?
Oh, Clatu,
Nictar, Baratu. Again, I think we might have mentioned that 5 or 6 times on this pod. The Protectron isn't having any of it and just knocks him out. Susie heads out to find Mike in her Playboy pants and not a lot else.
Yeah.
So like the Playboy Bunny logo on the back. The Playboy Bunny logo was created by Art Paul. He painted the famous bunny with a butterfly tie for the 2nd issue of Playboy.
Nice.
There you go. She finds Mike, and we didn't see this, but his throat's been slit.
Mm-hmm.
The Protectron spots her and makes chase shooting at her. Now, this laser that it's got singes her Playboy bunny pants and the thing top she's got on, but nothing worse, until she gets to the furniture shop, and then it shoots her in the face
and blows her head
and
off.
splatters her all over the glass.
Yeah.
Is it true there's a bit on a man's head where if you shoot it with a laser in the chopping mall, it explodes?
Oh, yeah. Oh, laser generating equipment does not generate any sound whatsoever, just so everybody knows. So, pew, pew, pew. Oh, right. Lies, all lies. Lies.
Why would George Lucas lie to us? Why would he do it?
I think he done it for the money. Call me a cynic.
He does like money and ruining the films of our childhood.
Oh, God, aye.
God, that fucking song in Return of the Jedi. I don't think I'm ever going to get over it. Like, putting that fucking song at the beginning and taking out the fucking Yub Nub song at the end. Oh, God.
You just went pan his face in, didn't you?
I assume he's got a safe room in that fucking Skywalker Ranch.
Aye. He'll have one in his trailer.
The robots shoot their way in, and the kids head into this storeroom, locking themselves in. Just then, the steel security doors close, so that's them stuck till 6 a.m.
Yep.
And for some reason, the phones are also out. So Jamal's never going to find out, is he?
Jamal's had it. Yeah.
What's he gonna do?
Yep. He had a date that day. He can double wrist himself.
The girls head up to the vents, and the robots detonate the door, and the girls flee the ducts, and the guys go out the fire escape. They head into this sporting goods shop, by the way, Peckinpah's Sporting Goods. Which
What
is
a name,
named after Sam Peckinpah,
Sam Peckinpah,
the
yeah.
director.
Yeah. I just seen Peckinpah like, man, that sounds stupid. And they're like, I know that name.
They pick up rifles and bullets.
Yeah.
Call them shells.
Yeah. Do you want to know something weird? It
Yeah,
doesn't have anything about the guns on the
gun database?
on the firearm database. No, not a thing.
Right, maybe
Not a thing.
maybe we need to do that. Maybe listeners, anybody out there, an absolute gun nut, stop listening.
I know that the one that the wee geeky guy had was the one that Dirty Harry had, but just a smaller nose. But that's the only one I've seen.
I thought you were going to tell me that you could send a Rambogram there, because the line is, let's go send those fuckers a Rambogram. And I liked that a lot. Oh, isn't it? Do you know how to shoot that? Yeah, I saw Dirty Harry 24 times. I mean, mate, what an absolute virgin.
I know.
Absolute virgin.
Why would you need to?
Yeah.
5 times is enough.
Yeah, I think I've probably seen it twice. I've seen them all. Possibly. Yeah. A Protectron heads towards the guys who unload on it. It does absolutely nothing. Until Ferdy throws this fucking car gas.
I know, it's that. Like, why is there a bit of car gas? Can't understand.
The sporting goods place also does heating systems.
God.
Them little kind of portable heaters, man.
Yeah.
You couldn't leave that on at night, otherwise you would be absolutely carbon monoxided to death.
Exactly. It need to be well ventilated, that bloody that tent, if you're camping with that.
Yeah. So he throws it, and it blows it up, and the only thing that was missing for me was, smile, you son of a bitch.
I'd have just completed the scene for you.
You see them looking at the blown up robot, and one of them goes, what's that? And he goes, robot blood.
Oh.
Is that oil? I'm sure one of you is a mechanic.
I know.
At least one of you was a mechanic.
I know, I'm saying that. It's hydraulic fluid you to it.
Yeah. Robot blood. It's robot blood.
Robot.
Yeah, whatever. The girls are in this hardware store, and they're about to head out.
Oh, aye, they've came at the aircon, didn't they?
Yeah.
So Willis Harvey Carrier was credited with inventing the first modern air conditioning system in 1902, and air ducts are usually much smaller than they appear in films. So, Planty, why?
Why?
That's totally ruined Die Hard for me now.
These girls at no point say they feel like a microwave dinner at all. They're not going to go empty-handed, right? So they stock up on quote-unquote explosives, right?
Yeah.
But it's basically just...
It's paraffin or something like that. Paraffin. And they're big, and those are wee tiny. They're fucking massive.
Containers with rags in them, right? So they basically made these fucking Molotov cocktails out of them. We're not doing Molotov cocktails because we're doing that next episode. I'm saving that for the next episode.
That's fine.
Because we'll do some history around that, literal history around that. Alison spots this special offer on road flares. I love this kind of, like you see sweets and gum and shit at the counter,
and
drinks
she sees
and that.
flares.
But at the counter, she sees flares. Get yourself a special on these road flares, only $3.99 each.
But she nicks it as if she's shoplifting. I mean, fuck's sake.
And she shoves it down her bra. Right? Road flares $3.99. Today, John, I found them on Mallory.com for $2.61.
What? Is that
inflation busting that, isn't it?
Jesus.
I guess they're just cheaper to get them from China now, aren't they?
True that, aye. I suppose everything went cheaper when flares went out of fashion.
Downstairs, the guys are fixing the lifts with more Cala gas bottles. I had no idea what they were doing here, but I could not fathom what they were doing.
I still don't know what they were doing.
Because
You could have just had it sitting there and shoot it instead of they were just putting stuff through
They
it.
attach it, and they're spending ages attaching it. And for some reason, he's farting about with the buttons. What is Ferdy doing with the buttons?
I know. I don't get it.
Makes sense to me at all, mate. At all.
No, it totally ruined it for me. That part of the film.
The robot that they'd blown up just rights itself.
Yep.
And it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, just totals away.
There's not a fucking scratch on it.
Yeah, you'd have thought one of the tracks would have fell off like Johnny Fives when he was pulled apart.
Oh, man.
No,
yeah,
don't.
absolutely. But at least he ends up being gold, doesn't he?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He deserves it. Hey, Johnny Five, what's happened? Have you got a new haircut or something? Oh, I know. You're covered in gold. You're the biggest robot in the world. Upstairs, the girls have made these Molotovs, as I say, with some old rags, which they start throwing at one of the robots. And when it doesn't work, because it didn't work at the one downstairs, Susie gets shot, and one of the Protectrons follows it up by shooting the can she's holding, and she goes up like the fucking Wicker Man.
Exactly. Just on that spot as well. But didn't go anywhere else, just on her. What are the odds?
Yeah. But at no point is there a scorched bit of fire where the can was. It's just something on her back.
It's just all on her.
It's just on that coat, that particular stunt person's coat.
Aye.
Because it's not her. It's a stunt woman in a wig.
Aye. Well, they couldn't burn anything as well. Apparently, the owner of the mall says that they were allowed to use the place out with business hours as long as they left it the way they found it. So they couldn't really do anything to.
It's still a bit dangerous, that. You think, I mean, there's guerrilla filmmaking, and then there's that.
Aye, true.
The lads arrive and unload even more shells and bullets on the thing, and it doesn't work because it didn't work before. One of the Protectrons gets in the gas-rigged lift that we couldn't figure out.
Bang, blammo. Oh, no.
Yeah, he jumps off. He jumps off, doesn't he? And across onto the thing without the support of a big long balloon, right?
Yes.
Like in Commando, because he didn't miss leg day. I'm assuming Arnold. Yeah, it's all right having the upper body strength, but you know, he didn't need a
legs to
balloon.
support it. Yeah,
exactly. Alison's the only one that has a decent shot for some reason. Like they're literally just shooting from. I was going to say from where I am to where you are, but you're in Scotland. You're like 800 miles away.
That's a good shot.
But they're shooting like across the road from where I am, and she's the only one that can shoot. She shoots. The lift plummets and blows up with the robot in it.
Yep.
So there's one down and there's two to go, and it's like, wow, you're a good shot. And she's like, yeah, my dad was in the
Marines. I know, what's that got to do with it?
I guess being a Marine is transmitted through DNA.
Yeah, of course it is.
Jesus Christ.
It's like being ginger, isn't it?
Yes.
My dad's ginger.
My dad's in the Marines, so I'm joining the Marines. My dad's in the Marines, so I'm going to work in a
and the shop mall.
Grubby fucking mall. Yeah. In the chopping mall. Rick and Linda are discussing how much money they'll owe for destroying this mall. She says it'll be. She's got a calculator. Yeah, 2,943,000 tune-ups to pay for it or something. I was like, okay,
right.
We'll have to increase the pay. All the posters in this fucking restaurant, by the way, were posters for films by Corman. And the one behind them, The Lost Empire, is like a kind of softcore fantasy thing from the same director as this one.
Right.
And on the bottle in front of them is a bottle of Tabasco sauce, John.
There you go. A little bit of spice for your life.
Oh, spice up your life. Tabasco was founded by Edmund McIlhenay in 1868. I think he was the one that went up the mountain as well. McIlhenay was one of the 850 companies around the world that have been officially designated as suppliers to the Queen by a warrant. The warrant held was supplier of Tabasco to HM the Queen.
There you go.
Granted in 2009. I mean, it's astonishing if true, because I was certain that Madge was more of a West Indies hot sauce gal.
I know half. I thought it was. I wish to show you.
Dat and Ting.
That good Ting.
The original red type of hot sauce is 2,500 to 5,000 Scoville heat units.
Oof.
Greg is telling Alison it's her fault for not keeping Susie in the shaft. Chef. He's going to head out and kill them. And he's basically fucking made up with this bandolier on and everything, isn't he?
I know. Twat.
Ferdy explains they could head up to the control room and shut them down. Greg makes a run for it, and at the top of the escalator gives it the big, "Hey guys, the coast is clear."
Aye, fucking twat.
And this thing just shoots him off the top and down 3 levels. And again, we get a lot of use of the claret that we use. There's a lot of
There's
head
a lot of claret in there.
this, isn't there?
There really is. A lot of splatter.
The rest of the gang make a run for it to the control room, only to be chased by the robots. So they get into this department store, pull the shutter down, and head up the escalator to level 3. And that's where they're safe for now. Kind of like time passes by, possibly, I'm not sure. And one of the Protectrons has cut through the shutter, makes its way in. They come up with this really fucking crazy idea.
Yeah, the mirrors.
Of setting up targets of like mannequins and mirrors, and the robot shoots at the mannequins and then
bounces back.
Yeah, and then they rip the thing off the mirror and it shoots the mirror, which bounces back the laser and electrocutes it, and then it starts spinning around like a fucking broken Dalek.
Yeah.
It shoots in every direction, hits Linda, kills her. Rick goes fucking mental, grabs one of the little Austin Powers buggies, doesn't he? So he drives that into it, which electrocutes him and for some reason explodes the robot.
Yep.
And we've just got one left. And we've also only got 2 people left in this.
Yeah, it's dwindled down straight away, didn't it? It's quite quick. It actually happens all really quickly.
Yeah, like we lose 3, like very, very quickly. Alison and Ferdy split up, heading in different back corridors. In this storeroom, Alison's cornered by the last remaining Protectron. She screams, Ferdy comes in running and shooting at it, causing its laser to malfunction. Like, they've shot at these things like
a million times,
and nothing's worked. And like he like shoots at it twice and hits the laser.
Yeah.
The robot throws a fire extinguisher at him, causing him to hit his head. Again, head claret on the floor. She makes a run for it into Roger's Little Shop of Pets.
Yeah, you know that?
Like Roger Corman's Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, I got that straight away.
You got it like that.
That was good. Yeah, you like
3 out of 5 for that one. She hides behind some dog food bags. Protectron can't find her because, like, robots can't tell the difference between
a spider and a person.
And humans. And spiders, yeah. And it's smashing into these, unleashes some tarantulas and a fucking snake.
Yeah.
She manages to keep cooler than I would, doesn't say a word, and the robot leaves. Now on level 3, right. And level 3 is really different because Arnold's balloons aren't there. They've been replaced by these Renaissance fair Camelot World of Adventure flags.
Aye, I was expecting to see
bunting.
Some of the cardboard things where you put your head through and it's like you're as a jester or something like that.
Yeah, so expecting it to be the cable guy where they go
medieval times. Yeah,
is that something worth going back to? Because I hated the cable guy, and you know my feelings on Broderick. I don't think I can see past him.
No. Don't. You don't need to go there, mate. You don't need to go there.
Yeah. The Protectron's on the prowl for Alison, who climbs over the ledge and hangs off, hoping not to be seen. But Arnold would have been all right here because he's not missed arm day. Right?
Yeah.
She's got no upper body strength. She loses her grip and she falls. But luckily, there's this pop-up stall, isn't there?
Yeah.
That she lands on, and it breaks her fall. And that's when she spots the paint shop, and she remembers that she's got Chekhov's flare.
Yes. So it was Ellis Paints, wasn't it? Ellis, is it?
Yeah, Ellis's Paints, yeah.
That's a real place.
Oh, that's good to know because that's the one that I missed. She breaks in and opens this paint all over the floor, right? Which I thought brilliant. So she's going to get all this paint, and that's going to mean that the thing's going to get stuck. But then she does something that goes against what I think she's just done, which is pours paint thinner on it.
Yeah.
Now, you're the decorator here, John. You're the person that's been paid money to decorate for people in the past, or vodka. What?
So, I know it's a pretty weird one, because to me, I thought it looked turps, right? But proper old type style turps used to be able to bleach your clothes and all that, remember? It was really strong. And I think it was flammable.
Yeah,
but obviously
yeah.
as time goes on, isn't it? So why does she not just throw the bloody tubs on the flare and just... Why does she
Well,
throw
no,
the
because
paint away?
it sticks, it stays, it's stuck, isn't it?
Aye,
It's
but-
spinning around on the thing. Is the key, I think.
I think it would have been flammable in the 80s, though. But not now.
Certainly acceptable in the 80s.
Yes.
The robot dives in, but gets stuck on the slippery paint and can't get out. She lights the flare and she says, "Have a nice day," which the robots say throughout the film, but I haven't read it. And explodes it. And as she's walking out, she spots Ferdy, who's mopping up his bleeding head with his toilet roll, which is dry as fuck, by the way. This toilet roll that he's got. He just goes, "Hey, nice shot," and they hug, and that's the movie.
Done.
And it's shit, but it isn't.
Aye.
It's so fun, and it's so short. You know, it is mercifully short.
It's good to see. I like the beginning when you seen the mall with everybody kicking about, because as much as we all think, man, 80s was boring, it was like shopping centres were quite full of
Yeah, of
kids.
course
There was
they
loads
were.
of kids everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Any more facts? I think I've probably got quite a few here somewhere.
Yep. So there was floor seam shoes.
Oh
the
yeah.
floor
Oh
seam
yes, I did have that.
Gala
somewhere, yeah.
shoes. That's real because Michael Jackson wore floor seam shoes for his dancing routines.
All right, Shamon.
Jamon. This is quite interesting. So when you're on an elevator, you see a lot of them have got this Otis. Is it Otis? It is Otis.
Oh yeah.
So
The
there's
aardvark.
there's a guy called Alicia Graves Otis. And even though he didn't invent the elevator, he invented something that was more important, and that was the brakes for an elevator.
Oh, right,
So
okay.
he invented them back in 1853.
Oh, cheers, bruv.
There you go.
Thanks,
That's me
brother
done.
Otis. Great, good stuff. Caterpillar tracks reduce ground pressure, which allows heavy vehicles to move more easily and cover more terrain, just not in paint. Hornsby and Sons first created the stiff mechanism for tracks in 1904. We've done that. According to in the USA, according to the CDC, every year an average of 30 people die from elevator or escalator injuries. I assume that's when the Otises don't work.
Yeah, no,
Another 17,000 seriously injured. I couldn't find the number of people that are killed by Killbots every year.
Ah, right, okay. The original name for this?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Fact.
Good point. Thank you very much. General Electric, we've done before, I think, but now, John, it's dead. Founded in 1892, it was rebranded as GE Aerospace on April the 2nd this year, and it no longer exists.
Oh, R.I.P. Aerospace.
Licorice Pizza, John, record shop, it's real. James Greenwood opened the first record store in July 1969 in downtown Long Beach, and Matt Groening, creator of The Simpsons, worked in one at Sunset Boulevard in the early 1980s.
Greatness, absolute greatness.
We've done Camels. Yeah, when it was released in March 1986 under the name Killbots, as you've said, it performed so poorly. Later, the movie was re-released in theatres under the title Chopping Mall, where they cut 15 minutes, which explains why it's so much shorter.
It's really short. It's really short.
A lot of really... House of Almonds. If it is real or was real, it's no longer around. But I found a product called House of Almonds, which is basically a selection box. $52 for what includes sugared almonds, salted, honey roasted, and others. The company that sells it is the snigger-inducing The Superior Nut Store.
$52 for a what?
Yeah, mate, I'm telling you.
That's nuts.
There's a lot of shitty accidental lens flare on this. You can tell how cheap it is.
Well, good.
J.J. Abrams must have been fucking masturbating furiously watching
no
this.
half eye. No his car when he was driving, coming off the I-75. I hope.
Very good. I'll tot them up. How many do you think we've got?
Oh God. You said 69 a lot, so I'm thinking 93.
72.
Nah!
72, which I think is pretty good. It's
right.
pretty good for the movie.
That's actually alright. That's good.
Shot in 22 days, or actually nights, because it was all filmed at night. There you go, 73. 73. Right, okay, yeah, if you like what we do, be like Candy, give us a quid, and maybe you two could be picking an episode. You can do so at patreon.com/100 things film. Absolutely delighted, John. Delighted I am to, as I read out the patrons, tell you that we've got a new patron this month.
We need a patron horn.
Yeah, we do need a patron horn. Anybody want to knock us one up? knock one up that John can do and shit fucking dogs up every day.
Aye.
The absolute friend of the podcast, James from Hallmark of Greatness. James, thank you so much for your money. I've put you on the wheel, so hopefully you will come. I put you on the wheel, and then I thought, I know for a fact, put you on the wheel, and I'm going to spin it, and you're going to come up. But you didn't. The person that did come up was Lee Davies, who is another one of our patrons, and he's given us a film that we are going to cover. Again, other shout-outs. Candy from Modern Escapism, Oodles, Kieran, Jake, lovely Rob Jones, Jen, Megan, Dale, Ali, Maria, and Ian from Cult Connections, who have just finished The Acolyte run-through. And as I haven't watched The Acolyte yet, I'm going to watch it all in like a week, and then I'm going to listen to them.
Yeah.
It's good, because I'm very excited about it, and I think we need to probably sign a petition to get it back. It's meant to be that good.
Is it really?
Yeah, apparently so. So. I fell off the Star Wars ones just because I haven't got time, just because I'm watching other stuff.
Yeah.
So I need to go back and watch all the Star Wars stuff I've missed, which there's a lot of animated stuff. Paul Parks from SP Film Viewers, Ian McComish, Nigel Davis, Dan and Gavin Belson, Aaron from Z1 Podcast, Joe Higgins, the other half of Hallmark of Greatness. Say half, third, I guess, if it includes me. Biggie, Mono, Gav McGill, Gav Belson, Josh Wilson, super familiar with the Wilsons, who has a new album out, by the way, on Spotify and Apple Music and wherever you get your music, as Familiar Wilson. I'm going to get him to do a wax cylinder, John, and send it over to you so you can play it on something.
Oh, that'd be nice. No got LimeWire, no?
He's going to send it across as familiarwilson.exe.
Yeah,
just for old time's sake. Stig and Gadget, Rachel and Phil Fairish, thank you so much for your continued support. It helps us. I don't know. I've actually donated some money to Wikipedia this month. For when it comes up and it says
you're
the only way that you can help us do it, and I'm like, mate, without you, I would have to do a lot more research. I'm not saying I always just do Wikipedia.
No, I know, but no, I'm the same.
But I often will write a particular thing if I can't find out. I'll write a particular thing, wiki, and something somewhere comes up. So I threw Wikipedia a tenner this month, which is the first time I've ever done it. So I'll maybe that's not out of our money. That's out of my pocket. But I may throw more money out of it.
They've helped me out a few times as well.
What keeps us going, doesn't it? John, do you remember what we're talking about next week for Lee?
Something about Stalin, isn't it?
It's the death of Stalin.
Did somebody die?
The death of Stalin, which is historically, quote unquote, accurate to an extent. Have you seen it before?
No.
Okay, you are going to get a great kick out of this, but it is going to be History Nerd City.
Is it really?
Because these are all real people, and it's great.
I've looked at the cast.
Because it's Armando Iannucci as well. It's satirically perfect.
Yeah. No, I can't.
And Scottish director. Director. So what more can you ask for? So we will be doing that in a couple of weeks' time because you're having your anniversary week off, John.
Yeah, it's been a year since we've been
they
at
said it wouldn't
house.
Last.
Yeah, and look, we're still going.
I know, fantastic. Yeah, good.
Can't wait.
Happy anniversary to Mr.
Cheers,
and
buddy.
Mrs. Watson.
Thank you
for next week. But for now, he's been John. I've been Planty, and this has been just about 73 things that we learned from Candy's Choice, the Chopping Mall. See ya.
See you guys.